Noah hit the gas. The Jeep bounced over rocks and dry grass as the wind whipped dust into his face. Lions almost never came close to humans, unless something was terribly wrong. Then he saw it. A massive male lion running straight toward his Jeep. Its mane was tangled with dirt, its eyes wild with panic. Noah slammed the brakes. The animal slowed and stopped just a few meters away, panting hard, sides trembling. It looked straight at him and made a sound that wasn't quite a roar. It was deeper, rougher, almost like a cry for help. The lion circled once, restless, then did something Noah could hardly believe. It rose on its back legs and pressed both paws on the front of the Jeep, staring at him through the windshield. The golden eyes were full of fear, not for itself, but for something else. Noah froze. He could see every breath the animal took. His hand hovered near his tranquilizer gun, but he didn't raise it. This wasn't an attack. It was a plea. The lion dropped back down, turned, and started walking away, then looked back over its shoulder, as if telling Noah to follow. "Okay," he whispered. "I'm coming." He started the engine and drove behind it, the wheels kicking up red dust under the hot morning sun. After a few minutes, they reached a patch of short trees near a dry river. The lion stopped and looked toward the ground. Noah's heart sank. A lioness lay in the dirt, her body shaking, white foam spilling from her mouth. She had eaten poison. The smell of chemicals filled the air. A pack of hyenas circled close by, waiting for her to die. Their laughter echoed, cruel and impatient. The male lion roared, a sound that tore through the air like thunder. The hyenas scattered but stayed nearby, watching. Noah grabbed his medical kit and ran. He dropped beside the lioness, wiped the foam away, and gave her an injection of antitoxin. Her heartbeat was weak. Her eyes barely moved. "Stay with me," he said softly. The male lion stood between them and the hyenas, his body tense, every muscle ready to fight. He didn't move an inch from his spot. For the first time, Noah realized what he was seeing: a wild animal protecting a human because he understood that man was trying to save his mate. Noah spoke quickly into his radio. "Female lion poisoned. Serious condition. Need medical team now." Minutes later, a second Jeep appeared on the horizon, bouncing over the dry ground. Dr. Thandine Kosi and her team jumped out with stretchers and medicine. The lion's eyes widened. He growled, his tail twitching in warning. Noah stepped forward slowly. "It's all right," he said softly. "We're here to help her." The vets worked fast. They lifted the lioness onto the stretcher and carried her to the truck. Every step made the lion more anxious, but he didn't attack. He stood still, watching, growling low. When the cage door closed and the truck began to move, the lion took a few steps forward and released a deep, painful roar that echoed across the plains. Then he stopped, watching the dust rise until the vehicle disappeared that he trusted them. While the medical team raced to the rescue center, Noah stayed behind. He walked around the area, searching the ground for clues. Near the tree where the lioness had fallen, he found a half-eaten piece of meat covered in white powder, poisoned bait. Not far from it, he found empty cans and broken wire snares that he radioed the station. "Possible poachers. I'm following the tracks." For 2 long days, he tracked their trail through dry grass and thorny brush. On the 3rd morning, he found their camp hidden near the edge of the reserve. He called for backup. The rangers surrounded the camp at dawn and arrested 3 men. Inside their tent were bottles of poison and fresh animal skins. Justice came fast, but Noah couldn't stop thinking about the lion who had run to him for help. A creature that had trusted a human when all reason said not to. At the wildlife hospital, the lioness was in critical condition. The poison had spread fast. Her breathing was rough, her heartbeat weak. Doctor Thandie worked without rest. They gave her fluids, medicine, and oxygen. Hours turned into days. "Come on, girl," Thandie whispered. "He's waiting for you out there." On the 4th morning, her eyes finally opened. She moved her head slowly, her breathing steadying. When she tried to lift herself, the staff cheered quietly. Noah visited later that day. She was lying on clean straw, her eyes calm but watchful. "You're safe now," he said softly. He didn't give up on you. Over the next week, she got stronger. Her fur regained its shine, and her steps became firm again. When she finally let out a full roar, the sound rolled through the center like music. 3 weeks later, before sunrise, Noah loaded her cage onto the Jeep. The sky glowed orange as they drove back to the same stretch of savanna. When the gate opened, she stepped out slowly, sniffing the air. The wind carried familiar scents, and one of them made her freeze. From the tall grass ahead came a deep, rolling sound, a roar she knew. The male appeared, mane glowing in the morning light. He stopped. She stopped. For a few long seconds, they stared at each other. Then she ran. They met in the middle of the grassland, rubbing heads, their tails wrapping together. The male made a deep, soft rumble, the sound of relief. Noah stood watching, his chest tight. Two lions who had faced death were whole again. As Noah turned to leave, heavy footsteps made him stop. He looked back. The male lion was walking toward him. Noah didn't move. He didn't reach for his rifle. The lion stopped beside him, lowered his massive head, and gently pressed it against Noah's arm. Noah froze. He felt the warmth of its breath, the weight of its trust. Then, just as calmly, the lion turned and walked back to his mate. It wasn't a roar of warning. It was a thank you. Weeks later, a camera in the reserve caught them again, hunting together, strong and free. The scar on the lioness's side was a reminder of what she had survived, the ranger station. A single photo hangs on the wall. Noah standing beside his jeep, watching two lions walk away into the sunrise. Underneath it, the words read, "Even the wild knows who to trust."